Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. My name is Margaret and welcome to Purple Frog. Today we are going to be going manga shopping at Kinokuniya, so let's get into it. But first, my shopping list is Yakuza Fiancé Volume 2, Given Volume 7, and Moriarty Volume 1. Hey everyone, we just arrived at their Furoko section. This is when you first come in the store. This is the first thing you see. They had so many great selections. This Tokyo Revengers one in particular caught my eye. I loved the artwork on the front. I saw the second light novel for this series that is a Danmei series, I believe. They also had this new Alice Oseman book, which I thought was really cool. I really love this artist, so I was really happy to see a new book from them. Recently, I've been seeing a lot of people hauling this series in their videos, so it made me really curious what this is about. It looks to be an idol series based on the cover. This series also caught my eye. I've never heard of it before, but it looks like a really sweet romance series. Mob Psycho 100 also had a new release. I really need to get it one of these days. I absolutely love the anime, so I think I would love the manga as well. I also saw Honey Lemon Soda, which I've been hearing is some people love it, some people hate it, type of a romance series, so I'd like to check it out at some point. This Chainsaw Man art book, I think it was, caught my eye for its really cool extras, and they also had a really cool selection of acrylic stands and just a whole bookcase dedicated to the mangaka that did Chainsaw Man, and a separate bookcase for Berserk and all of its English releases and Japanese releases, and even an entire bookcase dedicated to Tokyo Revengers. I thought it was quite interesting how the store decided to censor the manji keychain. They had a whole bunch of Sanrio plushies, which was super cute. Okay, so I was hoping to find Yakuza Fiancé Volume 2, but it looks like they don't have it, sadly. But it looks like if you were to buy Volume 1 here, they still have the artboards in stock, which is cool. They had a really nice selection of Yotsuba and Yona of the Dawn, and even had a couple volumes of Yu Yu Hakusho. On the other side were some more Japanese manga series like MF Ghost, and just a whole bunch of Japanese series and anime merch to go with them. They also had the Tokyo Ghoul box set, which looked amazing. I will definitely have to pick that up at some point. Here is their aisle of LGBTQ manga. I was looking for Given Volume 7 in particular. They did not have it, so I was getting worried, but then I found it on display, so I was very excited to have that. I believe this got announced that this is completed at 8 volumes, or it will be completed, so yeah. Here is their Yuri manga section. They had quite a nice selection. I saw this series, which I've been hearing a lot of good things about. Same with the series that I am in love with, the Villainess. They had a really nice selection of not only manga, but also light novel series. I was so excited when I saw this series, as I was really looking forward to it, and I had no idea that it was going to be coming out this month. So of course I had to pick up that volume. Sadly, they had none of the Slam Dunk volumes that I was missing. They only had volumes 1 and 2, but they also had a whole bunch of Skip and Loafer, which I've been hearing a lot of good things about, and is on my list of things to get. Had a really large section for Requiem of the Rose King, which you don't see that often. It is a great political romance, kind of thriller, not really romance, more political action series. Highly recommend. They also had a really nice selection of Mashal and Mao. I was trying to remember my alphabet so that I could find Moriarty, since I was not seeing it and I was wondering A, B, C, D, trying to find where it would be in the shelves. It was quite hilarious. It took me a solid 5 minutes to find the manga. At last, I had finally found the manga. They had a volume 1, which I was so excited about. I recently watched the anime and was in love with it. It was so good. This location had a really nice selection of Nana manga. I'm really happy that series is getting a reprint since I know a lot of people wanted to collect it. They had some Naruto manga, and what was really unique about this location is that with every purchase of the My Hero Academia box set, you got this really cool pack of cards, notebooks, and whatnot. It's like a little freebie extra, which is really nice. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure section has expanded from one container / shelf to another, so now it's 2, so that's really cool. They had a whole bunch of part 5 and part 6 memorabilia, which is cool. This end cap here had a whole bunch of Kaguya-sama Love is War and Promised Neverland merchandise. I also saw the Fire Force omnibuses. I don't really like them. I feel like they're kind of unnecessary, but if you like them, that's cool. It was really nice to see how full all of the shelves were here. They had a lot of Dorohedoro, they had Drip Drip, and a whole bunch of Dr. Stone manga. You guys know how much I love Dr. Stone after all. I don't know if I'm blind or not, but I could not find any Food Wars manga whatsoever, which was really surprising to me since it is a pretty long series, and it's pretty new, I guess, in the sense that it's not like a hard to find series. They also had Ex Yakuza Stray Kitten, which I was surprised that it was not in the Y section, but instead the E section. So that's a note if anybody was looking for this series but could not find it. It's because it was in a different section. Here is their large Hunter x Hunter section. I saw volume 22, which I was debating whether or not to pick up, but I decided ultimately not to get it as I already had a whole bunch of other series that I was planning on getting here, so I decided to pass on it for today. Like always, they had a really nice selection of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and Jujutsu Kaisen manga. Moving below that, they had some Kaguya-sama Love is War, Kami-sama Kiss, and Kaiji number 8, as well as Kakegurui. Kind of surprised me, and it was that they had a whole end cap dedicated to Bungo Stray Dogs merchandise. They also had some Blue Exorcist manga, as well as Blue Period, Blue Box, and a really huge, like, giant selection of Banana Fish, which is really nice since I love the series and I know a lot of people have been wanting to collect it. They had Aoharu Ride, which, I mean, I watched the anime and I was kind of like, it's kind of okay for me. It wasn't up my alley, so I don't really have the manga. This was really cool, and that is that with every purchase of Attack on Titan manga, you got the Shikishi board with it, which I thought was really cool, so they must have a lot of them, a lot of overstock. Here's their oversized volume section. Their miscellaneous animal blind box section was so cute with the animal hats, and then they also had their table of horror manga. This table here in the center of the store when you first walked in was dedicated to Valentine's Day, so it had a lot of Valentine's Day memorabilia and whatnot. And towards the end you had more art books and a random babe section, which I thought was quite funny. I stopped by the screen tone section to see if there are any new screen tones that they had in stock that I would like to add, since I really enjoy using screen tones. They're so fun to use and they save a lot of time. They did have a lot of these text / like dialogue bubble like ones, which I don't really use. I normally use the background ones, but they didn't really have any here. But I did see one of my favorite ones, so if you guys are getting into screen tones, this is a really nice one to use. It's really easy. Highly recommend it. It works great. Okay, so after finally coming upstairs, I got to look at the Pokemon Indigo League that they were playing in the background, and after walking through their giant Studio Ghibli section, we arrived to the first aisle of blind bags. I saw this really cool figure and just like this case of figures, and here, starting off with their blind bags, is a whole aisle dedicated to My Hero Academia blind bags, as well as Haikyuu blind bags. And on the other side were some art books, vinyls, and anime. This Miku figure caught my eye. I really loved how dynamic the pose was, and her hair was so cool. Around, they had a really nice little section of One Piece figures and whatnot, which is cool to see. Was a little confused about what this one figure was. I believe it's a Bai Shoujo figure. Is it like Sonic or something? I don't know. Her hair reminded me of Sonic. It was quite bizarre. But I saw this really nice bookcase dedicated to Jujutsu Kaisen merchandise. It was less of just like a bookcase and more of like an aisle that slowly transitioned into more miscellaneous merchandise like Demon Slayer and Attack on Titan. It's a figure that I saw last time, along with the really cute and affordably priced figure that I also saw last time, along with just a whole bunch of miscellaneous shoujo series merchandise and some really cute kind of Spy Family and Sailor Moon memorabilia. On top of a lot of the bookcases on the walls, they had some more of their expensive scale figures, with the cheaper figures going down. They had an entire bookcase dedicated to Rem from Re:Zero. I've been hearing a lot about the series. I guess I should check it out since they just had so much stuff. And here is their Nendroid section, as well as with a couple Figmas sprinkled about. There were some Gurren Lagann pop-up parades and an entire bookcase dedicated to Naruto blind bags, blind boxes, and figures. This series of blind bag keychains was really cute. I wasn't sure if it was streetwear or pajama themed, but either way, I thought it was really adorable. This is truly the bookcase dedicated to miscellaneous keychains and blind bags. You had Hell's Paradise, Fire Force, Natsume's Book of Friends. They also had some Uromichi Onisan, Code Geass, it just goes on and on, like Clamp, Blue Lock, Case Study of Vanitas, so much, so many. To mention, next to that was their massive selection of pop-up parades. They had a really nice selection of bleach items such as can patches, acrylic stands, and other blind bags, as well as Inosuke's swords, which was really cool. They also had a Marilyn Monroe figure, which I thought was really bizarre, but you know, to each their own. On the last aisle upstairs, they had a really nice selection of other kind of figures that they had already shown, and all of their extra / overstock LGBTQ manga. Before leaving, I had to stop by the manga section just to make sure I didn't miss anything the first time. I saw Toilet Bound Hanako-kun and Spy Family, which are really great series from what I hear. I love Spy Family. That's like manga series that got me into manga collecting, and I've been hearing great things about Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. I really need to check out this series. I really love the spines and how simplistic they are and how they all match so far. I don't know if this is an age gap romance or not. I'm not really a big fan of age gap romances, so let me know. This next series that caught my eye is Chojin X, which is done by the same mangaka that did Tokyo Ghoul, and I believe we're getting an English release later on this month, so I'm really excited about that. I also saw some really cool Witch Hat Atelier kind of guidebooks, I believe they were. They just had a really nice selection of Japanese items here. It seems like every time I come here, their Mario section is getting bigger and bigger. This caught my eye, and that is they had some really cute kind of sample books in Japanese for the Japanese manga, which is brand new here, so I thought that was really, really cool. Before leaving, I had to stop by the Moriarty section just to grab volume 2 before leaving. Here is my grandfather's haul of what he got. He got Blue Exorcist Volume 2 and Vagabond Volume 5. Okay everyone, I just got back from shopping at Kinokuniya, so let's get into the haul. Starting off with the first volume I picked up, which is Given Volume 7. Given is an ongoing series, currently 7 volumes out. It is a fantastic BL series focusing and centering around a band. One thing I really like about this series is that it does not only focus on the main couple, but it also focuses on a lot of side couples, and each volume has a colorful page in the front with a beautiful piece of artwork. The next series I picked up is the series Is Love the Answer, done by Uta Isaki. From what I hear, this is a coming-of-age series that follows our main character here, who is on the asexual spectrum, and kind of the struggle that they go through to kind of figure out this identity. And I thought this is a really cool series, as there's not a lot of asexual representation in media, and especially manga. This series looks really cute. I love the art style especially, and I believe this is a one-shot since it does not have a number. So yeah. The last 2 volumes I picked up are volumes 1 and 2 of Moriarty the Patriot. Moriarty the Patriot is an amazing series and is based on the classic story Sherlock Holmes, done by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I really appreciate this series as Sherlock is not the main character, instead Moriarty, kind of his nemesis if you will, is here. So I watched the anime, I was absolutely in love with it, so of course I had to pick up the manga. So I believe there are 10 volumes out. I think 11 is coming out soon, at least in English. And so yeah, I'm so beyond excited to read the manga and see how it compares to the anime. So here's everything that I picked up in today's shopping video. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to comment, rate, like, and subscribe. Bye guys!